Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 5. This week, we're going to be talking about effective guidance interventions. And by the end of the week, you should be able to tell apart an intervention that's appropriate from one that's inappropriate and be able to explain how to intervene appropriately. Also, determining appropriate ways to be able to shape positive behavior in young children. So this week, I'm going to ask that you read Chapter 10 about effective guidance interventions in your textbook, Positive Child Guidance. And then, as usual, we have some supplemental video materials. There are a couple of videos posted that are both, again, very short, and I hope you have a chance to take a look at them. You have 2 assignments this week. You have a discussion about effective guidance interventions. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be talking about behaviors in an early childhood classroom that don't always require really heavy-duty interventions. So how can you use some of the less intensive strategies in an early childhood classroom? And how do you decide when to use which strategy? And when you're going to need something a little bit more than just a general strategy with regard to behavior. Make sure that you include some examples in your post. They can either be examples that you make up or examples from your life, either with your child or niece or nephew or in your early childhood classroom. Feel free to do a video this week if you'd like to. If not, I look forward to seeing your written posts. Make sure that you use resources and accompanying in-text citations in your discussion. And I've mentioned to you that many of you that this is extremely important, especially in your initial response to the prompt. It lets me know that you're doing some research, that you're reading your text, because your text can certainly be one of your resources. And it also, by having the in-text citations, and again, I've mentioned to several of you, you should have at least one in-text citation for every reference that you mention. But it helps the readers, so myself and your peers, know which ideas you got from which resource. And it may even be a reason why somebody else wants to take a look at that resource when they see what you've got from it. Make sure that you have your initial response to the prompt posted by midnight on Thursday. And as always, I encourage you to post early and post often to be able to let us have that rich conversation. We have one assignment this week, and this is really going to be about children modeling adult behaviors and your hot button issues. So I'd like you to reflect on your strengths and your weaknesses as far as your reactions to children's behavior. And think about how your behavior impacts the children's behavior. So make sure you give some examples. If I do this, then students are more likely to do that kind of thing. If I yell to speak to my colleague on the other side of the room, the children in the classroom are going to be more likely to model my behavior, and they're also going to yell when let's connect this to one of our previous week's assignments about rules. One of our rules is use an indoor voice. And so you can probably see how that example would be an illustration of how an adult behavior can impact children's behavior, and not necessarily in a positive way. Again, you can do a presentation using Prezi or Google Slides or PowerPoint, or you can write a paper. So just make sure that if you do choose to write a paper, that it is in APA format that does include a cover page. And again, citations and references. Again, remember at least one in-text citation for every reference that you use. If you do choose to do a presentation, make sure it does have a voiceover, and that you submit a separate reference page to let me know what your references were. And instead of in-text citations, what you can do is you can mention in your narrative where you got the information from, or if you're doing a Prezi or Google Slides or PowerPoint, you can actually do a little reference at the bottom of a slide if you choose to. So that's it for week 5. I just want to let you know, if you haven't received your grades for week 4, I do have to be out of town for part of the day on Sunday, so I'm not going to get my usual all my Sunday grading done on Sunday morning, but you will get everything back probably by later on Sunday night or possibly on Monday. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, send me an email. We can set up a time to talk. And as always, I look forward to hearing from all of you this week. Oh, and one more thing. This week, you should be getting your course evaluation link. Please do me a favor and respond to it. It's anonymous. I don't know who says what, but it's really important to me to know what you think about this class and for me to get some feedback from all of you so that next time I teach this class or any other class, I know the things that I could reflect on and do differently to have a better learning experience for students, or things that are going well that you'd like me to make sure that I continue to do in other classes. So that's it for today, and I can't believe it's week 5. And oh, one more thing. If you have any outstanding assignments from week 4, make sure that you get them into me by the end of week 5. And just looking ahead kind of reminder, there are no late assignments accepted in week 6. So if you missed a week 4 assignment, get it in by the end of week 5. You will have a late penalty, but you will at least get at least 70% credit. There's a 30% deduction for a late assignment, knowing that when it gets to week 6, there is no option for late assignments. Most of you are doing extremely well in this class, and late assignments haven't been an issue. But for those of you who may have had, a few things happen in your personal lives to cause you to be late, just make sure that you get those week 4 assignments in by the end of week 5. Again, if you have any questions, issues, problems, feel free to reach out, and I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. Have a great week. Bye-bye.